Welcome back. India and the United States are holding military drills along the line of actual control. They are part of the 18th edition of the Yudh Abhyas exercise. Now, the LAC, as you know, is the de facto boundary between India and China. And right now, it is the stage of a 2-year-long standoff between the two countries. These drills are being held just 100 kilometers away from the LAC. Reports are saying that at least 700 Indian and American soldiers are part of this drill. They're trying out joint tactics on steep roads and target practices on high altitude. These drills are important because of the context in which they are happening. Back in 2020, Indian and Chinese soldiers had clashed in Ladakh's Galwan Valley. For the first time since 1975, casualties were reported at the LAC. And since then, both India and China have been locked in a tense standoff. In that context, this joint military drill is strategically important. It conveys that India and the US are on the same page when it comes to containing China's belligerence. China, by the way, has had an objection with the drills that are currently underway. My colleague Shivani got a front row seat to these joint drills. She sends us this report.
The Indo-US joint military exercise is not only an opportunity to learn the combat skills from each other, but also an opportunity to learn about the weapons of each other. And here at Oli, at the foreign training node, we see the display of weapons and equipments that are being used by the Indian Army and also the US Army, and how it is also a show of strength, show of might, show of prowess by the Indian Army at this high altitude. And all these weapons you see are being deployed in all these areas. And here you see the rocket launchers, you see the handheld laser dazzler, you see the new LMGs, the new assault rifles that are being inducted into the Indian Army, that are being taken from Israel, from US, and we also see a number of other weapons that the US Army has brought along in this exercise. And this is definitely an opportunity to learn and to become stronger together.
It's been very fun, very challenging, very informative for both me and the rest of the paratroopers that are here.
So how tough it was being in the high altitude area? It's been 2 weeks now since you were here.
Yes, so the first week, well, that first day, it was extremely challenging, just even doing simple things like climbing upstairs without any weight. But after a week, of course, it got better, and now it feels like I'm back at sea level. I'm able to walk around with weight, weapons, and equipment like normal, as if I were back at sea level. And yeah, I've acclimatized very well, and I'm able to do everything I was able to do.
So when you get back to America, you will go with some added skills you've learned from Indian soldiers?
Oh, absolutely. In accordance to things like rock climbing and rappelling. Of course, there's very mountainous terrain here in Ali, and that lends well to being able to do rock climbing and rappelling. And yeah, I'll be able to bring that back to Alaska, where there's also very mountainous terrain.
So how has been this bond between both of you? Did you get to learn to make friendships?
Oh, absolutely. The Indian Army soldiers are very, very friendly. We've had a lot of fun together. Of course, training together is very fun as well.
What you see behind me is the rock craft training which is happening in the Indo-US joint military exercise Yudh Abhyas. And if we talk about this drill, a soldier may be called upon to discharge his duty on various locations, various terrains. And this is very important for a soldier to know about these high rocks. These rocks are steep rocks which are around 50 meters, 45 to 50 meters in their height. And you can see how these soldiers are skillfully climbing these rocks with the use of ropes and different kind of knots which they tie on these rocks. And this is the training where the US troops say they've learnt a lot from the Indian soldiers, because they are quite skilled in this kind of rock craft climbing, as they've been deployed in such terrains, be it along the line of actual control or the northern borders, where they have been deployed for a very long time.